name is Christina Stylianidou and I come from Cyprus. I am passionate about teaching French for professional purposes at the Cyprus University of Technology. Currently, I'm on a fascinating academic journey as a doctoral candidate in French studies at the University of Cyprus and in modern Greek studies at Université Paul Valéry III Montpellier, focusing on applied linguistics. My educational background includes a degree in French philology and modern languages from the University of Cyprus, and I also hold a master's degree in teaching French as a foreign language. Before we begin today's workshop, I want to extend my sincere gratitude to the conference organizers for granting me this opportunity to share my insights with all of you. In today's workshop, I am thrilled to share 14 effective, easy, and playful techniques for memorizing vocabulary in a foreign language. The examples and activities that I'll present are all in French. Teachers can select activities tailored to their students' needs or maybe embrace them even all. It's entirely up to their choice. So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and language enthusiasts, welcome to this workshop of vocabulary learning through playful activities. To start with, here is a list of 40 French words spanning different vocabulary topics, all jumbled up. The objective of the students is not necessarily to memorize all of them, but rather to learn and memorize as many as possible. The first activity is titled as grouping. In our journey through language acquisition, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by the sheer volume of words to learn. We recognize the challenge of retaining these words, which is why this engaging activity is being proposed. In this session, we understand that words are easier to remember when they are grouped together, based on shared themes, context, or meanings. Imagine it as piecing together a beautiful mosaic where individual words will form a picture. The task is to complete the different diagrams by grouping words in a way that makes sense to the students. The best part, the power is in your students' hands. They can choose their work group or even decide to work alone. Through this activity, the aim is not only to improve the vocabulary, but also to demonstrate the joy of collaborative learning. As students engage with their fellow participants and immerse themselves in the playful process of grouping words, they will always remember that learning a language can indeed be a delightful and interactive experience. The following slide displays an incomplete diagram that students will be tasked with completing. The diagram represents a category of words. Within each category, students are encouraged to write down all the words that belong in that specific category. They can guess, use their imagination, or seek guidance from their teacher to identify the appropriate categories. Hereby, we can observe that the students have identified 4 categories: holidays, school, food, and other words that function as adjectives. The next activity promises a creative and fast-paced experience: drawing. For the students who enjoy painting but find it hard to make time for this at home, this is their golden opportunity to unleash their artistic spirit. In this activity, students will be challenged to create a drawing from each given word. All they need is their imagination. The only criterion, speed. Students will have to channel their creativity swiftly and let their imagination run wild. This activity, it's a blend of vocabulary knowledge and artistic creativity. In the upcoming slide, you will find incomplete boxes representing the categories. The task is to write the words corresponding to each category in the lines under the boxes. Additionally, Inside the boxes, students are required to show the meaning of the word through a quick drawing. Hereby, we can observe the diverse drawings created by the students for each word for the categories of holidays, school, food, and the adjectives. Do not forget in the end to congratulate your students about their effort and drawings. The next engaging and artistic challenge is called the Canvas Challenge. In this exciting activity, students are presented with a challenging mission. Their task is to use all the words within each category to craft a unique drawing. They could imagine the boxes as their canvas and the words as their paintbrush strokes. But here is the twist. It's just not about the artwork. As a bonus challenge, students will have to weave a captivating story into their drawing. The objective of this activity is to let our students' creativity soar as they bring words to life through art. On the upcoming slide, students are tasked to use the designated boxes to create their pictures. Beneath each box, they should write the name of the corresponding category. Hereby again, we can see the example of the students for the categories of holidays, school, food, and adjectives. On the next activity, students will be prepared to unleash their creativity in the interactive brainstorming session. Do your students have a vivid imagination? If so, this activity is tailor-made for them. Here's their chance to explore the depths of their creativity. For each category provided, their task is to think beyond the obvious. They should write down additional words that spring to mind surrounding the given words. This activity not only tests their creativity, but also encourages them to think laterally and expand their vocabulary horizons. So get your students ready to dive into the world of unlimited possibilities and let their creativity thoughts flow freely. Teachers will be excited to witness the innovative ideas that will emerge from this stimulating brainstorming activity. On the next slide, in the innermost line, students are required to write down each word from the given categories. On the second, central line, they should jot down additional related words that come to mind based on the original words. Finally, on the outermost line, students are encouraged to expand the previously generated words further by adding more related terms. This activity aims to stimulate creative thinking by encouraging participants to explore diverse vocabulary associations and expand their linguistic creativity. As we observe from the students' examples in the categories of holidays, food, school, and adjectives, it becomes evident that generating new words can pose a challenge. It's important to understand that creativity knows no bounds, and the pressure to fill in all the boxes with entirely new words might hinder the flow of ideas. Therefore, students should write down as many words as come to their minds freely, without the constraint of providing entirely new ones. This approach allows a more organic and authentic exploration of vocabulary, fostering a creative environment where diverse linguistic connections can flourish. The next activity is called linking. Students should imagine the world as interconnected threads waiting to weave a tapestry of meaning. Their task is to forge meaningful connections between the given words. But here is the challenge. It's not just about linking them, they must justify their choices with phrases. This activity delves into the intricacies of language, prompting them to explore the subtle nuances and relationships between words. As they craft their justifications, they will not only demonstrate their vocabulary skills, but also unravel some language associations. Students will write the name of the category in the middle of the circle. Then they will identify which words are connected and include them in the same cloud box. Next, they will use the words from each cloud box and write phrases explaining why they thought of connecting those words to the lines provided. This activity encourages a thoughtful exploration of word associations and reasoning, inviting participants to articulate their logical connections and deepen their understanding of vocabulary relations. As we observe in the categories of holidays, food, school, and adjectives, students didn't find connections for all the words within each category. Therefore, they're not obligated to include every single word in their connections. The focus is on meaningful and logical associations, allowing for a creative exploration of vocabulary rather than a strict requirement to link every single word. Next is the booklet activity, where the power of language is in the hands of our students. In this task, students are challenged to explore the art of sentence construction. Their mission: to discover how many words they can seamlessly combine each time to craft meaningful and expressive sentences. This exercise dives deep into the essence of language, pushing them to experiment with various word combinations and sentence structures. To this slide, students are encouraged to use as many words as possible from their assigned category to create phrases. The objective is to explore the depth of vocabulary within their category and construct comprehensive and meaningful sentences. By employing a wide range of words, students can explore the richness of their phrases, showcasing their mastery of the language and creative expression. As we observe from the categories school, holidays, and adjectives, this activity requires a higher level of language proficiency. Beginners might find it challenging to generate a substantial number of phrases. Next is a thought-provoking focus activity designed to sharpen the language awareness. In this activity, students have to identify and jot down the difficult to retain for them words, starting from the most difficult and progressing to the comparatively easier ones. This exercise aims to pinpoint the specific vocabulary items posing difficulties for students, offering valuable insight into their learning challenges. By categorizing these words based on difficulty, participants can develop focused strategies to improve the retention and comprehension of these challenging terms. In this activity, participants are required to select 4 words from each category that they find challenging to learn or remember. They will then rank these words from 1 to 4, with the most difficult word assigned in the number 1 and the easier word designated as number 4. Hereby, we can observe the examples of the students from the categories holidays, school, food, and adjectives. Next is a thrilling challenge called the recovering activity, where the clock is ticking and your students' memory skills are on the center of the stage. In this activity, students will have 40 seconds to glance at the list of words. The task: remember as many words as they can within this short time frame. Teachers can adjust their time frameworks according to the competences of their students. This activity is a test of their rapid recall abilities and mental agility. Once the time is up, the teacher will see how many words they managed to retrieve. This activity not only hones the memory, but also showcases the power of their quick thinking and concentration. On the next slide, students will jot down all the words they have retained from the 40-second time frame, as we can see here in this slide. Teachers can repeat this activity with different time frames as many times as they wish. The objective is to help students remember all the words provided. To this slide, the students will add the new words retained, as this example shows. In the next engaging activity called association, we explore the subtle nuances of vocabulary and emotions. The task is to match each word with its corresponding affirmation, positive or negative. This exercise challenges the understanding of word connotations and the context in which they are used. It's not only about the words themselves, but the emotions they evoke. By carefully considering the tone and meaning of each word, students will explore the intricate interplay between language and emotions. The students will categorize each word into 3 columns. Positive, if the word evokes a positive feeling. Negative, if the word evokes a negative feeling. And positive and negative, if the word evokes both feelings. Hereby, we can observe the examples of the students for the categories holidays, school, food, and adjectives. Next, the interactive activity in a relationship follows, where words come together in unique pairings. In this exercise, each adjective finds its ideal partner. The task is to match each adjective with a word that completes its meaning. Students should think of this activity as finding the perfect companion for each word, creating meaningful and dynamic pairs. This activity dives into the nuances of language, exploring how words can form meaningful relationships just like people do. Students are tasked with writing down an adjective to assert the wish, and to the other side, their challenge is to identify the ideal pairing to complete the adjective. In addition to this activity, students will also gain valuable insights into proper noun and adjective placement. Understanding how to position nouns and adjectives correctly is crucial for effective communication. On the next activity, the task is to craft mini networks for words within each category by connecting them with related terms. It's a delightful exploration of word associations and a chance for the students to expand their vocabulary horizons. By connecting words to related concepts, they will unlock new dimensions of understanding. Students have the flexibility to create mini networks for all the words or select just 5 of them. It's entirely their choice. That way, participants learn to tailor their learning experience to their preferences. Hereby, we can observe the networkings of the categories of holidays, school, food, and adjectives. To the next activity, called expansion, linguistic boundaries fade away as students explore the art of translation. The task is that students translate the words within each category into their native language. This exercise not only sharpens the translation skills, but also deepens their understanding of each word. It's a journey that bridges cultures, broadens perspectives, and develops cross-linguistic communication. In the first column, students will write the French words from each category, and in the second column, they will provide the translated words in their native language. So in the next examples, students have translated the French words to modern Greek for the categories of holidays, school, food, and adjectives. Next, it is a stimulating phrasing activity where students explore the power of words within the context of sentences. Their challenge is to craft a sentence for each given word. It's not just about individual words, it's about their synergy within a sentence. By formulating meaningful sentences, they're not just learning words, but they're understanding their real-life applications. Each box represents an opportunity for students to showcase their creativity and language skills by constructing meaningful phrases. Here we can observe the phrases for the categories of holidays, school, food, and adjectives. The last activity is an exciting writing challenge where words transform into vibrant paragraphs. The task is to compose a paragraph for each category provided, but here is the twist. The more words the students use, the better. Students should consider it a test of their linguistic creativity and descriptive powerness. This activity encourages them to go deep into each category, painting a vivid picture with their words. In this activity, students are tasked with writing a paragraph for each category, using as many words as possible from each respective category. Hereby are the examples of the categories about holidays, school, food, and adjectives. To follow up, students can use a reflection activity where they will invite their students to embark on a personal journey of discovery. Students should take a moment to evaluate the methods employed during the sessions. Which techniques resonated with them the most? Where did they find their strengths? This self-reflection is a crucial step towards understanding their individual learning style. Teachers should not forget to congratulate their students on this insightful exploration, as they have now uncovered their unique path to learning success. By recognizing the methods that work best for them, they have not only gained valuable insights, but also equipped themselves with powerful tools for the educational journey in general. Thank you for your attention.